Welcome back everyone to my CIDC 5 run. This is the loser bracket match up against MrBazat at the top of his screen, who is playing Light Dark Fire Nature Survivors, and I'm at the bottom of his screen playing Light Water Dark Hydro Hurricane with Gigasalt. I'm gonna be winning the die roll on turn 3, and I don't summon Gigaslag because I know he plays 3 Cranium Clams, but to be honest, I should have actually summoned it, because this deck kinda loses against survivors if it doesn't take more risky plays. But as I didn't have enough experience playing against survivors at this point, I didn't know that, so you're gonna see why I should have had that Gigaslag on the field. Now I'm gonna top the Gigasalt, and a double discard here would have been really nice. He will search his deck with Factory Shell, grabbing Blastosaur and Graveworm, and he even has the Miraculous Rebirth for Gigasalt, which is why I should have discarded twice with Gigaslag as well, because I would have had an extra chance to hit the Miraculous Rebirth. As now in this position, MrBazat can just keep searching his survivors and recurring them from his grave. And now he can just spam the board as much as he likes, and he can even go for say Gargantua next turn. But to be fair, he also had a turn 3 Bronze Tribe into Soul Swap for Factory Shell plus Smash Horn combo, which is the deadliest combo you can go up against when you play against survivors. I'm gonna snare the Graveworm into the shields, but to be fair, he also has a second one in his hand, so it's not gonna slow him down too much. And now he's just gonna evolve into Gargantua, get back something from the grave, and a Blastosaur. He's gonna attack with Gargantua, even if it's gonna die to Gigaslag, because he can just get it back easily with Graveworm next turn. Now I kinda have to spam the board with some stuff myself. I'm not sure if he has a second Gargantua in his hand. I haven't really looked at everything he grabbed. I think I'm just gonna go for Giga Balza and Locomotive Urge just to snipe some things out of his hand, but I could have honestly gone for Mistrias and another Paralysis. Yeah, I'm just looking in the logs to see everything that he grabbed. Playing Locomotive and Giga Balza isn't too bad, because it's gonna allow me to also have Darkness creatures, so that I can bounce stuff with Hydro Hurricane from the field as well. But of course he's gonna have Holio, which I didn't see coming. And even if I did summon double Paleoliths, the smash on Qs would have been too powerful. 4000 power, so 6000 power when attacking. There is a merit to playing Bilex to get back Miraculous Plague, to give him back Factory Shell and Smash On. But instead I'm gonna take this time to set up another Mystery-Ass. Uh, 6 mana looks like another Gargantua, and Octagon is bugging again, so he cannot evolve. He's just gonna move it to the battle zone and also get a Smash On out of his deck because of Factory Shell, and now he can go for all shields, which kinda forces me to block. Next turn I'm gonna go for double Paleoliths most likely, just to prevent him from attacking with other things like the other survivors, but this way he's only gonna be able to attack with Gargantua. Unless of course he summons more Smash Horns and Blazosaurs, then he can attack with the rest as well. He's gonna play Forbos here, getting a Soul Swap, which he's going to use to get a Grave Worm set up on the field again. And now he can grab Terror Pit from his deck with Forbos. At this point I have to summon more cheap blockers, but I don't have any. I've kind of exhausted them a bit. I'm playing Hydro Hurricane. I won't do too much just yet. I really wish I had 2 cheap light creatures here so I can bounce 6 mana. That way I would probably take the game instead. But yeah, I'm gonna think a long time about this move, and yeah, I'm probably just gonna charge this Mystery-Ass. And just go for Giga Balsa and Hydro Hurricane, bouncing 4 mana and Q-Tronic back to his hand, because I think he has his second one in hand, so I'd rather only have to deal with one of them as opposed to two. So yeah, that's what I end up doing. I'm gonna snipe Factory Shell and Hydro is gonna bounce Gargantua and 4 mana. Probably the burst shots or something. But yeah, he's just gonna summon Gargantua again, and blocking here is not that good because then he can just attack with the other survivors. I kinda just have to hope for a double Terror Pit or Terror Pit with Spiral Gate. And we get one Terror Pit. But I don't get another one or a Spiral Gate, so it's gonna take game 1. Unfortunately, this was a gamble which I needed to take, because I would like to keep all the Palolysis on the field. And yeah, he's gonna take the game. This game I'm gonna be on the play again. It looks like I'm gonna have a Gigabalza into Gigazald again. MrBazat says he's going for a piss, so we'll just move this forward a bit. And he's back. I don't draw any light source, so I'm not gonna be able to summon this Palolysis, which means I'm just gonna charge it. And now he plays Bronzan Tribe, and I respond with Gigabalza, which discards Forbos. But of course he has Graveworm, which just gets it back, and now I'm gonna evolve and force him to randomly discard again, which is just gonna discard the same Forbos. And he even has the Terror Pit to get rid of Gigazald. But I also have a Terror Pit for his Graveworm. Unfortunately for me, he has the Factory Shell to grab another Graveworm. And now I'm just gonna play Miraculous Plague. Probably give him Sky Sword and Galliazol. Force him to choose between light and nature. And he chose Sky Sword because he needs the nature mana. Now I'm gonna play Faliga, getting back Miraculous Plague. And now Factory Shell is gonna grab probably Blazosaur. Okay, or Smashorn works as well. And the Miraculous Plague is gonna get rid of them again. But I think this is just delaying him, to be fair. I don't think the play is gonna win me the game, it's just gonna delay him. Now it's just gonna play Grave Worm again, getting back Factory Shell, which was killed by the Plague. And I haven't seen my Mistrias yet, which is a bit concerning, because I really needed to generate some advantage as well. Now it's gonna play Forbos, probably searching some kind of removal. Yeah, Miraculous Rebirth is gonna do it, and I'm gonna play Petrova here just to boost the Guardians outside of Rebirth range. Though if he has Holio, he can easily kill the Petrova. He's just gonna play Sky Sword here, and for some reason he thinks Sky Sword is a survivor, and I have to remind him. But then he just grabs a Holio with Forbos by playing Smash Horn, so it's okay. But yeah, I'm still looking through the logs to make sure he didn't do anything illegal. So now I'm just gonna play another energy stream, and it looks like I'm gonna discard him once with Gigabalza, which isn't gonna do too much. I guess Soul Swap is an okay hit. And then I'm also gonna play Laura Giga, but unfortunately for me, he's gonna have the Holio, which is gonna kill most of my field. I wish I would have sniped that with Gigabalza instead of the Soul Swap. And yeah, he can pretty much clear everything except one of the Laura Gigas. And now I'm gonna discard Sky Sword and an Apoc. Gonna play the Factory here, grabbing Blazosaur from the deck and a spell. And just play the Blazosaur again to grab the Gargantua, and next turn he can, either next turn or the turn after, he can probably go for game. I'm kinda forced here to play Hydro Hurricane just to slow him down, though it's not the best Hydro in the world for sure. We could definitely just play a cheap Survivor plus Gargantua, but he wants to set up the factory shell before he does that. So I'm just gonna top deck a Gezalt and force him to discard 2 cards, which is gonna discard Gargantua and Grey Worm. And now I'm just gonna use the rebirth on my Gigazalt. Okay, so he's gonna use it on Laura Giga instead, because he can just clear the board. I suppose he doesn't have another Grey Worm left in the deck. Now he's just gonna play Grey Worm and into Gargantua and finish me off. And yeah, that was my run on CIDC 5. Hopefully I'll do better next time, and for those of you who are interested, the deck I've used should be on the screen. Until next time, see ya.